So welcome to my hydroponic adventure. This is about week 3 or 4 since I started, since I initially planted the lettuce and the tomato seeds, and from what I can tell, things are going really well. So I have 2 different varieties of lettuce here. I have red romaine, and then I have ruby red on the right. There's ruby red here, and then ruby red on the back corner. And then these 3, 1, 2, 3, these are all red romaine. That's a watermelon plant in the back there. He's doing pretty well for the most part. I'm running Master Blend nutrients, and it's 10 grams of Master Blend with about, I believe it's 5 grams of Epsom salt and 10 grams of calcium nitrate in here. And the lettuce is doing well, and it doesn't seem to have affected the watermelon. I didn't have any space on the tomato side, so I just put him on the one empty hole that I had on the lettuce reservoir, and he seems to be doing okay. So he doesn't, none of his leaves are pale yellow. They're all pretty much the right color, so I don't think there's anything that he doesn't like about the slightly more dilute nutrient solution. So that's good. The tomatoes are all determinate microdwarfs. That one is, he's doing the best so far. That one is a orange hat. I think that is also an orange hat, and then the 2 in the back are tiny Tims. Right there. And this guy right here is, he's doing his thing. I put the tinfoil on his little reservoir to help prevent algae from getting into his cup, but he's a red robin, and he's growing slowly, but I just kind of kept him around in case one of these 4 dies. I wasn't sure about the hole spacing. I was told that the microdwarfs need more space to grow, like 12 inches per plant, so I tried to space them out accordingly. It's the first time I've ever grown them, so if it's too much spacing or not enough, then I can just make an adjustment next time. I've got some more butterhead lettuce germinating right here, but from what I can tell, I don't see anything. The last few seeds I tried, like butter crunch lettuce, yeah, the last few seeds I tried to germinate a butter crunch, they didn't do anything, so hopefully those will germinate just fine. The root system is also doing really, really well. I added some hydrogen peroxide, which I think has really helped the root condition. I noticed some algae growing on them, and I don't notice that anymore. They all look really white and really, really nice, so that's fantastic. The 2 pepper plants are a bit of a different story. The one in the back's fine. That's an Anaheim. He looks really about as healthy as he can look. I don't notice any actual pods on him, but he's got some flowers. Like there's one right there. He's doing good. He's having a good time. The Fresno in the front here is not having a good time. He got really bad root rot. I wasn't sure what to do about him, so I tried the hydrogen peroxide solution a few days ago, and I actually think it's made a difference. The roots don't look as brown, so that's good. Put like I think I did about 6 mils per gallon. And his roots, I mean, he's not dead, but you can see the brown root mass in the middle. That's what I cut away. And then the new roots, the white roots, are growing out into the solution, so that's good. So I don't have his aeration pump on right now, just because it doesn't make noise. It makes a little too much noise when I try to film the video, but he's not doing as well. I'm hoping he's going to hang on. He's got some pods, some pepper pods on him, and that's cool, but it's kind of a last ditch effort to save him, but he's just scraggly, His flowers are kind of getting brown, and his stem's a little weak, so if the hydrogen peroxide doesn't do it, and I'll just kind of let him go out naturally. But anyway, the tent, like I said, if I had mentioned before, It's a Spider Farmer 2.5 by 4.5 by 6.5. And it's great. The extra couple feet of space over a conventional 2x4 is really nice. The two lights are Mars Hydro TS600. They're non-dimmable, which I guess is whatever, but it hasn't really affected the plant growth in any way. I guess it's really only necessary if you're germinating, but at the same time you can also just raise the lights up higher and they won't be as intense. They seem to be doing a really good job. I'm really happy with how they performed. I've got these at about, 2.5 feet, and they're doing great. I got the one on the right up a little higher so it can cast a little more light on the pepper plants, but otherwise I'm happy with how these lights have done. They came with the ratchets, which was nice. They work, they do a good job. And the ducting and the fans, that's pretty sufficient to keep the tent at a really reasonable temperature. When I open the door after the the lights have been on for an extended period of time, the tent will be at about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know if that's going to get too warm for the lettuce. I'm hoping it won't, but lettuce is growing so fast that it almost, who knows, I'll just take off a few leaves at a time, but that lettuce is getting huge. But 80 degrees is about as warm as it gets, and this isn't, it's just it's an improvised exhaust system, so the air gets sucked in the back, it gets pushed through there, and then it goes out the vent right here, which is great, and the intake is down at the bottom, so the cool air goes in at the bottom, hot air comes out at the top, and it allowed me to bypass the need for like a dedicated inline fan, which is a little more expensive, but each one of these fans was like $10, and then the ducting was like $10, so it's not too expensive as far as airflow is concerned. Temperatures were getting like 85 degrees without the fans on, 86 maybe, and I just thought that was a little bit too much, so the fans brought it down about 6 degrees, so that's good. Overall though, the tent is performing really well. The two Mars Hydro lights I think are going to be sufficient for what I need. That's definitely enough for the lettuce, the tomato plants. Yeah, I do have to kind of keep that light a little higher just for the pepper plants. I could get a third light, but I honestly don't even think I need it. I think 2 lights is good. So, they're on 18 hours a day, so I think the plants are getting the light that they need. So, I'm happy with how it's performing. I'm just going to leave it how it is for now. Hydroponic reservoirs are great. Like I said, I have the pump turned off just because it just makes a lot of noise when the camera's going, but the roots are really healthy. I've only changed the nutrients once in like 3 weeks. It's been yeah, everything's gone off with the exception of that one plant over there that was already having health problems to begin with. The whole grow has gone off without a hitch, so I'm really happy with how everything's gone. So you can get this bubble wrap at Home Depot. I think it's kind of expensive for a roll. It's like $20, but it's a good solution if you're trying to prevent algae from growing, because the light will get through these yellow tops. And the good thing is that it's almost like the perfect size. That if you go to Lowe's, you'll see it in the insulation section, and it's almost the perfect size to fit in this little recess that's molded into the top, into the lid of the reservoir, which is great. But these reservoirs I think they're 17 gallon. I think that the brand is Commander from Lowe's, and they fit perfectly in the tent. So you can fit 3 of them. If I wanted to take those 2 buckets out once I'm done with them, that a third 17 gallon tote will fit right there perfectly. So that'll be great. But yeah, I'll give some more updates, but I think it's about week 3 or week 4 since I started everything, and the lettuce has grown just tremendously in that short of a period of time. So watermelon, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. The idea is I'd like to get some netting, and when it just grows in the vine, I can just kind of spread it out along the wall. If that works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever, it's not a big deal, but it's just an experiment. So I want to try to grow another hydroponic watermelon since I grew one over the summer outside, and I didn't really get a chance to eat it all but one time. I want to grow another hydroponic watermelon and kind of satisfy my sweet tooth. So, all right, well, till next time.